Gray is here on the Blaze Radio Network.
It's true. Thanks for joining us. 888-900-3393. Pat Unleashed on Twitter. President Joe Biden has been weighing options on how to respond after Iran-backed terrorists killed 3 U.S. soldiers, injured more than 40 others. Sergeant William Rivers, 46, Carrollton, Georgia, died. Specialist Kennedy Sanders, 24, of Waycross, Georgia, and Specialist Breonna Moffett, 23, of Savannah, Georgia, were killed while they slept at the base.
So young.
Jeez. A U.S. official confirmed the drone from an Iranian proxy that killed 3 American service members in Jordan and injured others got past the air defenses for Tower 22 because it was mistaken for a U.S. drone. And expected to return to the base at the same time was this U.S. drone.
Yeah,
and
they don't know if it followed it.
They misidentified it and paid a heavy price for it. U.S. officials said that the American drone and the attacking one were in the vicinity of each other. President Biden has vowed to take action against the Iranian-backed militants in the Middle East after the drone attack at Tower 22, which is a post in Jordan near Syria's border. How many of these posts do we have around the world that we have no clue about? Tower 22. When have we ever heard about that? Previous to this.
Yeah.
I've never heard of it. Have you?
No. In fact, there's some discussion. Okay, what is one of the rules I have for my kids? Never trust the government, question it, and assume that that the first story that they tell you is not accurate.
Yeah.
Because there's a lot of foreign sources saying those troops were actually in Syria, not Jordan. So who knows what to believe, man?
Really?
The thinking being that Syria would completely fall apart without the U.S. presence there. So who knows what to believe, man?
Who knows?
Who knows what to believe?
Seriously, who knows?
I do know that I read that Iran might have enough plutonium, uranium, thank you, to make, 12 bombs? Oh, God.
Jeez.
In 6 months. Okay, within 6 months. Well, I guess you got 6 months.
We've been hearing that for a long time, though.
That's true.
I'll tell you that.
That's fair. That's fair,
We've been
man.
hearing that for a long, like 20 years or more.
Yeah. Yeah.
I also heard that Jordan does not admit that we're there. They don't say anything publicly
maybe we're not.
about U.S. troops being there.
Right.
And maybe we're not. I don't know.
So we are in Jordan.
We are.
When I deployed to Jordan, we were not allowed to be in military uniforms. So it was khakis and then polo shirts.
Huh. Okay. So you were in Jordan. Wow.
Were you at Tower 22?
No.
Okay.
All right.
So that means that there's
apparently
places.
Their people would be very upset if they knew we were there, and that's why they keep it on the down low.
I see.
And so, I can imagine. I mean, they hate us over there.
But it's not that difficult to point us out when you have, a blonde, blue-eye Jordanian.
Yeah. Right. Yeah. And they don't speak.
They don't speak the language.
Of the language. Yeah. Also, yesterday, White House spokesperson KJP offered condolences to the families of U.S. soldiers who were killed by the drone attack in Jordan.
What I will say, obviously our deepest condolences go out, and our heartfelt condolences go out to the families who lost three folks who are military folks who are brave, who are always fighting, who are fighting on behalf of this administration, of the American people. Obviously, more importantly, we lost those souls.
Wait,
there's a lot there.
They're fighting on behalf of whom? On behalf of this administration?
Never.
Not on behalf of the United States of America, which they took the oath to, the U.S. Constitution, and to protect and defend it. But they took the oath to this administration? Is that what happened?
To defend whatever Joe Biden whims.
Pretty sure that's not accurate. These people who were brave that were brave, and the military people who were in the military.
I tell you.
What the hell is wrong with her?
Marxists
oh my gosh,
are incapable
of
empathy.
or expressing any sort of Americanism. Like, how difficult is that to thank the troops, people who have given their lives on behalf of this country? That's unbelievable. That is unreal. Stumbling and staggering around like an absolute buffoon, which she is, but you can't even handle that? Wow, that's bad. Which just goes to show what she can't function without the great big book of everything in front of her. If that's not written out, specifically what to say, she can't say it. Somebody should have written that out for her and had it, I don't know, in front of her or whatever, because clearly she's not capable.
These people are empty.
Good golly.
KJP,
absolute
Joe Biden,
empty vessels. Yeah.
Everybody in this administration.
Yeah.
They don't have a genuine bone in their body.
No, they don't. Not a genuine pro-American bone in their body. So when they're asked to do something pro-American, they can't. They just are incapable. Yeah. Wow. That is amazing. That deserves one more play, I think. I mean, watch her stumble and stagger around with this. This is incredible to me.
What I will say, our deepest condolences go out, and our heartfelt condolences go out to the families who lost three folks who are military folks, who are brave, who are always fighting, who are fighting on behalf of this administration, of the American people. Obviously, more importantly, we lost those souls.
Wow, is that bizarre? And terrible. I mean, could you possibly do a worse job thanking 3 Americans who lost their lives? That's incredible. Jeez. Later in the day, KJP was asked when Joe Biden will stop sending money to Iran. When will that happen?
At what point does the president then cut off the money to Iran by stopping or reducing their benefit from oil sales?
I just don't have anything to share on that particular thing.
Don't you? Okay. She doesn't have anything to share on that. There's nothing in the great big book of everything to share on that.
So I think it was last week.
Wow.
The Biden administration halted like new natural gas licenses. And what state stands to benefit the most from those? Oh, look, it's Texas.
Oh.
The one that he's arguing with at the border. That's not petty. They're not punishing Texas.
Jeez, man.
It's amazing. So in other words, Iran freely continues to trade their natural resources.
Yeah.
But Texas, no, we're going to put the kibosh on that. It's just, we are a nation. We're out of adjectives. Yeah. I was going to say adrift. I was going to say we're in hell. We're under Marxist rule. I mean, this is what... We're out of words, man. This is incredible.
Yeah, it is.
It's truly incredible.
And people will still vote for them. Millions, tens of millions of people will still vote for them. It's inconceivable to me. I don't know how it happens, but I don't know how so many Americans are this stupid. This blind. Are you watching anything that's going on right now?
Honestly.
How can you say any of these people are pro-American or America first? They're not. Geez, we have the Ilhan Omar thing where she actually says it, that she's not America first. And then she's called on it and, well, I was simply saying you completely missed it. Well, we'll get into that coming up. But Alaska Senator Dan Sullivan weighed in on all of this.
We should be reimposing sanctions on the oil and gas sector, on their ballistic missile sector. Let me give you one statistic.
Okay.
End of the Trump administration, Iran had about $4 billion in foreign reserves. That's not a lot, okay? Biden comes in, lifts sanctions. They're exporting oil like crazy, natural gas like crazy. Their foreign reserves right now are north of $70 billion. The Iranians, that's what they're funding these terrorist proxies, Hamas, Hezbollah, the Houthis with. That's what you need to do for a comprehensive, strategic, long-term policy of reestablishing deterrence. It's not easy. The Trump administration did it. Biden's been weak. They got to redo this.
Wow.
Stunning. $4 billion under Trump when he left. Now they're worth $70 billion in foreign assets. And remember, at the same time he's lifting sanctions on Iran, he's shutting down natural gas leases for Texas. Huh.
Jeez.
I mean, I believe it's been said many, many times by you on this program. If you wanted to destroy the United States of America, what would you do differently than this administration has done every day since the minute they got into office? We just had the executive order, January 20th, 2021, reversing what worked on the border.
And now he's trying to act like, oh, I'm gonna, if the Republicans will let me, I will shut down the border immediately. What? It's been 3 years. We've seen your actions. I don't know who you're fooling here.
Rescind your executive orders, old man.
Oh, right. Jeez. Secretary of State Antony Blinken had this to say.
I would argue that we have not seen a situation as dangerous as the one we're facing now across the region since at least 1973.
Right. Why? And why is that? Because of weakness. Because of absolute, total, and complete incompetence and weakness. That's why. That's amazing that he would admit that. Yeah, under your watch, moron. Do you understand that? You and that buffoon in the White House who is dementia-riddled have caused this situation. Here's administration officials recently.
What is your message to Hezbollah and its backer, Iran? Don't.
What's the message to Iran?
Don't.
It was very important to send a very clear message to anyone who might seek to take advantage of the conflict in Gaza to threaten our personnel
message?
Here or anywhere else in the region.
Yeah.
Don't do it.
Ooh, wow. Don't.
Boy.
Ooh-wee. That's powerful, isn't it?
But they are, though. They're doing it.
No, but we told them don't. What did you want? So what did you want there? Don't.
So what's the next step if they do?
Well, we didn't really specify that, but it'll be severe. Believe me.
No.
Don't. That's so bad. Don't. All three of them. I don't think I realized the fact that everybody was saying don't. I mean, I knew Biden said it, but all three of them. Here's our message to Iran.
Yeah.
Don't.
And remember, a few weeks ago, what did he say to that lady at that one event? I've talked to Iran. They know not to do anything.
Right.
That may be verbatim.
Don't. And what was the message to illegals that were pouring across the border?
Do not come.
Do not come. It's the same message. Come. Don't come. Don't come. Don't do anything. Don't get in our face.
Yeah.
Don't send missiles to our bases. Don't.
And what if we do? What are you going to do then, old man?
And what are you going to do about it?
Nothing.
You better do something really powerful now, because they did. Okay? They didn't listen to your don't warning. They did. So now what do you do? Now comes the big test. What are you going to do?
I would just say this, as a concerned American, maybe don't go to war without Congress. I know I'm...
Right, yeah. Wouldn't that be nice?
I'm old school with this. I don't know if this still applies. Do we have a...
It doesn't because of the... what is that act called where he can take certain actions without going to Congress? It's the emergency...
But that's only for... How long is that good for? Just a few months, right?
Where you take action without...
that's time limited.
I think it is time limited, but nobody limits the time anymore because it applies to every single occurrence.
So we're a nation without laws, is what you're trying to say to me.
Yeah.
Okay, good.
Yeah.
Neat. Well, this will be fun, won't it?
And, here's an example where America should be putting the hammer down. And so he should be going to Congress and receiving the okay to put that hammer down against Iran because we have been attacked and our troops have been killed. And this is the time when you make them pay dearly for it.
Well, I just know that he was singing a different tune when he wasn't president. You want to see this?
Yeah.
From January of 2020 when Trump was not so happy with Iran.
Okay. A president who says he wants to end endless wars in the Middle East is bringing us dangerously close to starting a brand new one. A president who says he wants out of the region sends an additional 18,000 plus troops to deal with a crisis of his own making. An administration that claims its actions have made America safer, in the same breath, urges our citizens to leave Iraq, puts Americans throughout the region on notice because of the increased danger that now exists.
Oh, my gosh.
I have no illusions about Iran. I never have. The regime has long sponsored terrorism and threatened our interests. It continues to detain American citizens. They've ruthlessly killed hundreds of protesters, and they should be held accountable for their actions. But there's a smart way to counter them, to counter Iran, and a self-defeating way. Trump's approach, in my view, is demonstrably the latter.
Oh, wow. Wow.
I love that. A crisis of his own making. Yeah, see, the thing is, Trump wasn't forking over billions of dollars to them.
Freeing up billions and billions of dollars.
Yeah, and it's not just the freeing up of the money that we haven't even mentioned this morning. It was what Senator Sullivan said about being able to export their natural gas. And I mean, gosh, this is...
Yep.
This is the day. I'm going to be on the news.
He also, Biden also tweeted this back in that time period. Let's be clear. Donald Trump does not have the authority to take us into war with Iran without congressional approval.
Wait, what?
A president should never take this nation to war without the informed consent of the American people. Interesting. Interesting. None of that applies to him, though, apparently. And none of that applies to him.
And by the way, just before we move too far past it, how coherent was he in early 2020?
More
compared to
more than now.
Oh, yeah.
By far.
Yeah, that Joe Biden
He's gone downhill
unrecognizable.
a lot in 3 years. You know, I mean, it'll do that to everybody.
Sure.
You look at Barack Obama when he got into office in 2008, and then you look at him 3 years down the road in 2011. Big difference.
Gray hair.
Yeah, a little bit more haggard. He didn't look like the young man that just won the election.
Sure. I mean, you have the stress of meeting with aliens.
Right.
And that's going to really cause you to gray prematurely.
Sure. So, I mean, even in the best of times, with the best of minds, it's going to take a toll. When you've got Alzheimer's or whatever kind of dementia he has,
it's magnified.
Oh, yeah. Big time. On MSNBC, Joy Reid had a hot mic moment while apparently discussing Joe Biden and Iran.
Oh, no.
Over the weekend, President Biden said he's ready to take action if Congress is serious about solving the border issue.
If that bill were the law today, I'd shut down the border right now and fix it quickly. And Congress needs to get it done.
Starting another war.
We had to bleep it out there.
Still trying to kill the deal.
So she said he's starting another blanking war.
Oopsie daisies. That's your boy. Huh.
As a person that handles y'all's mic, I bet that guy was really talked to after that show.
Oh, I bet.
Oh,
yeah.
Well, here's the thing.
You never have to worry about that.
You don't have to worry about
us,
bro.
Right. So that's the good thing. You never have to worry about that.
I mean, I'm practically in church every day when I'm in here. On or off the air. On or off the air. What's so funny?
Yeah. No, you really are. You really are.
What's the hymn that we're about to sing? Hang on.
I wonder what church it is you go to.
Please let me know. I would love to practice your beliefs. It would be a lot easier in my life.
Look. Don't judge me.
Oh, no, I'm not. I'm just saying. Please.
God knows my heart. Even if I don't use the best words.
Yep. She later apologized, apparently, for her little outburst during the Biden
I just want to apologize very quickly. I was chatting during a clip that was playing, and we try to keep this show very PG-13, so I just want to apologize to anyone who was listening to my behind-the-scenes chatter. Deeply apologize for that, because it's PG-13 up around here. So thank you to you all for watching the Readout, and Inside with Jen Psaki starts.
Oh,
wow.
I apologize to anybody that was listening. Well, good news is you're on MSNBC, so nobody was.
Right.
Oh, she's a piece of work.
Also, on a PG-13 movie, you can say the F word twice.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah, depending on what context it's in. If you're not talking about the act.
The act.
Yeah. Oh. If it's like you or off, that usually
it's
flies.
Twice.
Yeah.
So then definitely, I never go above PG-13 in my daily routine. Because you're like, I get twice, right? I get two of those.
Yeah, you get two.
Oh, then I'm totally
PG-13.
Totally safe.
Yeah, I think we all agree.
Oh,
right?
Yeah, 100%.
No question.
My kids would too. What's next? What do we got next? What's next here? Oh, Ilhan Omar. My word.
The worst.
She is something else.
Ilhan Omar is, we've all known that she's a nightmare. And she's an Africa first, a Somalia first kind of person. She specifically really said it, actually, at a recent speech. And she was speaking in Somali. And here's what she had to say. Many Somalians have personally called me to encourage me to speak to the U.S. government and help Somalia. They wanted to know what the U.S. government... My answer to Somalians was what the U.S. government... Pause it for just a second.
Pause it there.
Pause it if you can. Will only do what Somalians in the U.S. tell them to do. Okay, that's what the U.S. government will do. Exactly what the Somalis tell them to do. They will do what we want and nothing else. They must follow our orders, and that is how we will safeguard the interest of Somalia.
Oh, no.
We Somalians must have that confidence in ourselves that we call the shots in the U.S. Okay. All right. We live in the U.S., pay taxes in the U.S., and have a real voice. The U.S. is a country where one of your daughters, myself, is in Congress to represent your interests. Oh. Okay, yeah, they like that. For as long as I'm in the U.S. Congress, Somalia will never be in danger. Its waters, Indian Ocean, will not be stolen by Ethiopia or others. This is incredible. Absolutely incredible. The U.S. would not dare to support anyone against Somalia to steal our land or oceans. Sleep in comfort, knowing I am here to protect the interests of Somalia from inside the U.S. system. Wow. The woman, myself, you sent to Congress is working day and night to protect your interests. Really glad to hear that. She knows your plight and that of Somalia.
Oh my.
I'm concerned. I am as concerned about Somalia as you guys are. That's good to hear. Together, we will protect the interests of Somalia. Okay?
Has she been deported yet?
Not yet. No. Has she been removed from office? I mean, I don't care if you deport her or not. Get her out of office. That is outrageous. Have you ever seen anything more egregious from a U.S. representative than that? I mean, in their language, talking about their country with their interests of that nation over America's interests.
And we know in so many cases that is how they feel.
Oh, absolutely. But have them spell it out like that?
Yes.
I mean, what do you think is going to happen? Like, we're going to say, oh, okay, well, you got Somalia's interests in mind when you're legislating in the United States of America. Oh, okay, that's great. We're not going to say that.
Yeah, equally disturbing is the cheesy echo that was on our microphone. I didn't care for that.
100%.
What was that? Wait, what are we, like, a 1980s mall? Like,
yes.
Karaoke set up there?
It's like a Tiffany concert at the mall.
That's what it was.
Yeah, so that's good.
So we got her, is this her oath of office, Chris, that you printed up for us?
Yes. Yeah, here's the oath of office that all U.S. congressmen take. I do solemnly swear or affirm that I will support and defend the Constitution of the United States against all enemies, foreign and domestic, that I will bear true faith and allegiance to the same, that I take this obligation freely without any mental reservation or purpose of evasion, and that I will well and faithfully discharge the duties of the office on which I am about to enter, so help me God. Wow.
Oh, okay.
And then the oath of allegiance.
Oh.
You know, which you take when you are
she immigrated.
New resident and a new citizen of this country, is fairly important. I promise to completely give up all loyalty to leaders and governments of other countries where I was a subject or citizen before. I promise that I will protect the Constitution and all laws from all enemies from other countries or from inside the United States. I promise that my loyalty is to the United States only. I promise I will use a weapon if the United States government asks me to. I promise to serve in the military performing duties other than combat if the U.S. government asks me. I promise to do other non-military work that is important to the country if the U.S. government asks me. I promise before God all this without influence from anyone or hesitation.
Okay, so those are the principles of it. That's not verbatim.
No,
the
but
oath
that's
of allegiance, but that's what it
the
says.
oath of allegiance that you take to the United States of America.
Okay, interesting.
I mean...
Well, she was born in Mogadishu, and she came over here and obviously took the oath seriously, and now she is a fully integrated American. And
that is outrageous. She should be out of office today. They should be expelling her from Congress today. I mean, there's no excuse for that. She claims she was talking about, no, I was clearly speaking about Somalian interests in the United States. Well, that's not what she said. She was going to protect their borders. She was going to protect their ocean space. She was going to protect their interest.
Well, if we can't get her for being a traitor, can we get her for immigration fraud for marrying her brother? And got some options here with her, I think.
Yeah, we do. Yeah, we do. Wow. My gosh.
Good stuff. Well, I can't wait till the break so I can be PG-13 in my language about her and how I really feel.
Make sure Keith's microphone is off when we do that.
Please. Okay.
Thank Chris, if you would. That'd be great.
Boy, we are just...
Incredible.
The infiltration is everywhere.
It is.
Everywhere.
And we know about it.
Yes.
And we're not doing anything about it.
It'd be nice. I remember the good old days when we thought, man, they really have Hollywood. They have the entertainment world. My word, they have your kids' school. They've got the hospitals where they're trying to butcher your kids. Mm-hmm. They are in Congress, obviously.
Yep.
They're in the White House writing speeches for the old vessel.
Sleep in comfort, knowing I am here to protect the interest of Somalia from inside the U.S. system.
It's not even a...
That sounds like a direct violation to me.
They don't even hide it. They're like,
they don't even hide it.
I'm totally doing this. I'm an infiltrator. What are you going to do about it?
I mean, did she think that nobody was going to be able to translate that? Or I'm going to say it in a different language so no Americans will know what I'm saying.
They don't care. They just
don't
do
care.
Not care. They just dare.
Because she knows nothing's going to be done about it. She knows nobody will do a stinking thing about this. And she will continue to perform the interests of Somalia in the United States government.
Yeah, she's in the jihad squad, right? Who all's in that again?
She is.
Remind me. It's her and AOC, Pramala.
Booker something.
Jayapal. Who? Who's the other one you mentioned?
Isn't it like Booker?
The bald I don't know if Booker's in the jihad squad.
Oh gosh.
But what's her face? The Palestinian. What's her name?
Rashida Tlaib.
Yes,
Rashida
thank you.
Tlaib.
I'm literally Googling Jihad Squad to see who comes up.
I mean, we know where their loyalties lie, and it's not here.
I don't have anything else to share.
Pat Gray Unleashed.
Welcome. Great to have you with us. Fury and Energy tweets out the Jihad Squad for us.
Oh, good. Yeah.
Just a quick reminder here. It's Jayapal, AOC, Cory Bush, not Cory Booker, Chris.
Oh my gosh. Is that what you were going with?
Yeah, I was going with Booker instead of Bush.
I can't even look at you now.
Oh, man, that is embarrassing.
Okay, PG-13.
You got Rashida Tlaib and Ilhan Omar.
Oh, class act.
There you go. Yeah. Anna for Real Tea tweets, our founders gave us the tools to handle what is now a government actively working in opposition to its citizens. It's called a convention of states. Still, we dither. How bad does it get? How bad does it need to get? I suppose we'll find out. Yeah, we will. And you know what? We already got the constitutional situation here. We've already got the Constitution that would prevent any of this. We just don't use any of it. We can already remove this woman from office. We don't need a convention of states to do that. We might for certain reasons, but certainly not to remove this Somali first woman, this Jihad Squad member from our government. It's unbelievable. It's really incredible. Gender McGenderface. Biden will confuse Iran in a 4D chess move by sending them multiple pallets of cash again. Take that, Iran!
Right.
Unrepentant capitalist. We're a nation of laws in theory only. In reality, we're a nation ruled by force of will. The law only works with the force of will empowering it. That requires strong leadership. The GOP doesn't have it. Unrepentant thought criminal. I wonder how much Ilhan Omar could do for Somalia as a woman in that Muslim country. Yeah. I'd like to find out. I would love to find out. I mean, again, here's what I mean, this was part of what she said, that the U.S. government will only do what Somalians in the U.S. tell them to do. They will do what we want and nothing else. They must follow our orders, and that is how we will safeguard the interest of Somalia. We Somalians must have the confidence in ourselves that we call the shots in the U.S. Together, we will protect the interests of Somalia.
Oh, God.
You can't say it any plainer than that.
No.
That your concern, and your only concern, is the interest of Somalia. She doesn't even mention the United States of America in that.
No gray area there.
Doesn't even mention it. If they haven't started expulsion proceedings, how are you not impeaching this woman today? Speaking of Somalia, federal authorities caught a terrorist at the U.S. southern border and released him into the country where he roamed freely for nearly a year before being arrested. Where do you think? Minnesota.
Oh, boy.
Just days ago, as a matter of fact, the unnamed individual who the memo only identifies as a member of the Somali terror group Al-Shabaab was released shortly after being caught illegally crossing the border near San Ysidro, California. According to the memo, which the DCNF is not publishing in order to protect the identity of a confidence source, the terrorist screening center deemed him a mismatch after running his name through the terror watch list, according to the memo, which was sent to Immigration and Customs Enforcement officials. However, in January, so this month, the terrorist screening center made a redetermination that the individual was a confirmed member of Al-Shabaab and was involved in the use, manufacture, or transport of explosives or firearms 2 days later, ICE nabbed the al-Shabaab member in Minneapolis, Minnesota.
So that terror watch list, good stuff, huh?
Yeah, good stuff. It's working really well
so
for us.
So it can't catch an actual bad guy.
Jeez,
but it's had grandmas on there accidentally. I remember at one point, Ted Kennedy was on that. I mean, that... Okay, case can be made. Maybe that's a bad example. But just regular Americans have ended up on this list. This guy, no, there's no match here. What are you doing?
I don't know. And it's interesting how all these Somalis end up in Minnesota, isn't it?
It's almost as if
bizarre.
It were by design.
Almost, yeah. So they could form a voting bloc there and keep electing people who will, do the interests of Somalia.
Anybody come to mind? Because that was a hypothetical. I see what you did there. You're like, hey, you can have your own voting bloc.
I mean, I was just
elect
throwing
a representative.
Hypothetical out. But
okay, so there's nobody that comes to mind. You're saying, in theory, this could play out in Congress.
Yes, where you would elect a Somalian to do the bidding of Somalia in the U.S. government.
Could happen.
Under, of course, this hypothetical situation.
Yeah. Okay, yeah, totally.
So,
hypothetical.
Nancy Pelosi had an encounter, too, with pro-Hamas protesters over the weekend.
Is this her driveway? Is this her driveway? Where are we? Oh, she's not happy.
Most of your constituents want stop the genocide, stop the Holocaust.
The Democrats want the ceasefire. The Democrats want the ceasefire. The Democrats want the ceasefire.
She had her 49ers throw blanket on or something around her shoulders, so that must have been Sunday. What, in her driveway?
That Ferrari looks really nice in her garage.
Well, I mean, look, politics pays, and so does insider trading. But
no kidding.
Yeah. Tomato.
Nice.
Yeah, look at that. You're right. Good catch on the.
Yeah.
Ooh.
It's amazing, though, how these Hamas supporters are all up in the faces of these Democrats.
What were they specifically upset? I have not seen what set them off. What were they specifically?
I believe what set them off is that clip I sent you guys.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Let's see. Okay.
I think that's what set them up.
At what set them off? Here it is.
But for them to call for a ceasefire is Mr. Putin's message. Mr. Putin's message. Make no mistake. This is directly connected to what he would like to see. Same thing with Ukraine. It's about Putin's message. I think some of these protesters are spontaneous and organic and sincere. Some, I think, are connected to Russia. And I say that having looked at this for a long time now, as you know.
You think some of these protests are Russian plants?
See, they're plants. I think some financing should be investigated. And I want to ask the FBI to investigate that.
Okay. So even the Hamas supporters are funded by Russia? I hadn't heard that before.
Nah, that's a new one for me.
Interesting.
As long as we're investigating who's being funded how, let's look into her and Paul's stock trading activity, shall we?
Yeah. Well, because it's legal for her to do insider trading, and they continue to make sure that
they'll fix that.
It's a forever situation in the United States of America.
Russia.
Yeah. Have you seen the video from the border where an SUV dropped off a group of illegals? Check this out. This is good stuff.
Look at the clown car, man. They just keep coming. Where are they going? Where are you going, guys? See, the camera operator's in America. They're on the Mexican side. Well, there's a wall there. Where do they go? Oh,
I see. Yeah.
I mean, check that out. The SUV knows exactly where the gap is.
Yeah. And how many freaking people are in this SUV?
I mean, it's just one vehicle back there, right? Are there?
There's two of them.
There's two of them?
There's two of them, yeah.
Oh, yeah, okay, there we go.
Okay,
Still, though.
Still, what are there, 30 people that just came through the border? All right, see ya. Bye-bye. Thanks for the ride.
Yeah, and they're going to the bar because they got a ton of cash and that they just got being the coyote. So coyotes are driving SUVs now, huh? Arriba. Honestly, what good does a wall do if there's these gaps everywhere? Because that's not the only one, obviously.
Oh, no.
If you have one, that's too many.
Donald Trump cites the mileage of new fence at 500 miles or whatever. Mm-hmm. That's not new fence. That's repair of old fence mostly. I think there were 40 miles of new fence.
Oh.
The rest was repairing old fence, which is important.
Yeah.
But there's still gaps, obviously.
And then don't forget the materials that Trump had down on the border that were left to rot and then auction off by the Biden administration for pennies on the dollar.
Right. But if you let him, he will close down that border. Man, he can't wait for the Republicans to finally get on board about closing the border down.
He probably has no clue that he signed an executive order on January 20th, 2021.
He may not. I don't have any confidence that he can remember 3 years ago.
You know, one thing Texas has shown us is with the barbed wire down at Eagle Pass at Shelby Park is why don't we have razor wire at all of these fence areas? Why don't we just put that everywhere?
I don't know.
And there's a great meme going around. I don't even know what's that angry cat's name. Whatever. Anyway, where it says that barbed wire is so humane. Yeah, not if you don't climb on it. That's when it becomes inhumane. It's just there. Otherwise,
it's not inhumane because we're telling you keep off of this. That's why this is here, so that you don't climb on it. Tell the Egyptians who have that razor wire up in 3 levels between Egypt and the Gaza Strip. Tell them how inhumane that is.
Did you see?
How come nobody focuses on that?
Oh, because
hey, these Egyptians hate these Palestinians. They don't want them here at all.
Yeah, well, when they seek to destroy Egypt, then that's when it'll matter.
Yeah,
but they're seeking to destroy us right now. Did you see that in Governor Abbott's declaration, he used the phrase that the federal government has, quote, broken the compact between the United States and the states. Somebody pointed out that is lifted directly from the South Carolina 1860 Declaration of Secession.
Oh man,
I'm good with that. I mean, look, you gotta have sources for what you're writing up there. So,
just as a reminder, here's what it looks like on the border between Egypt and Gaza.
Ah, lovely.
Look at that.
That should be the Texas border.
It absolutely should. Why wouldn't you? I don't want to hear that it's inhumane. Shut up.
20-foot wall with 3 layers of barbed wire. Let's go.
And nobody crosses that border, by the way. They don't have an issue like we do because you can't. How are you going to climb that? It's incredible.
But look, if you do get through, congratulations. Texas Governor Greg Abbott will provide you with a bus ticket to a sanctuary city of your choosing. In fact, I made the Drake meme.
Deal.
I think this kind of accurately sums up the Democrats' border policy. When Texas pays to bus illegal immigrants to sanctuary cities, they're like, oh, no, you can't be doing that. But when the federal government pays to fly illegal immigrants to unsuspecting towns across the country, then they're okay with that.
Yeah.
It's amazing. I just don't understand it.
Here's a reporter versus KJP on the border language from Joe Biden. Might not have time for all of this.
But 2018 and the spring of 2019, President Trump vowed to shut down the border with Mexico using almost the identical language that the president used on Friday. Many, if not most, if not practically all Democrats called that xenophobic and even racist. Why shouldn't people make the same conclusion about this president's threat to shut down the entire border with Mexico?
So we believe the new enforcement tools that currently don't exist, that will be, we believe that will be part of this bipartisan agreement, will be fair. We believe it'll be tough, but it will be fair.
But he didn't say he wanted to use, excuse me, sorry. Yeah, he didn't say, on day one, I will use enhanced enforcement to improve the processing of people at the border. He said, I will shut the border down, which suggests a total rejection of all people attempting to cross the border without without a visa or without proper authorization, which stands in contravention to decades of international and U.S. law that governs the movement of people around the globe and the refugees and asylum system.
Yeah, no,
so why isn't that the same thing that Trump did?
No, I understand your question. What I'm saying to you, the new enforcement tools, right, that we believe that do not currently exist, that will be part of this bipartisan agreement. There are different definitions, right, of what that looks like, of what actually shutting down the border looks like, right? So we're going to let them work through it. We don't know what that looks like exactly, right? What we are asking for, what the president wants to see, is that we deal with the challenges at the border, right? That we have an opportunity to deal with what's going on, the security, and make sure that we have the funding and the resources to deal with what we're seeing at the border. There are different definitions to what that looks like, and so we'll see what the text comes out of the Senate, and so we will certainly have a broader conversation once that happens. But we believe it's going to be fair. It'll be tough. It'll be fair. They'll have the resources available to deal with what's going on at the border. And also there'll be some policy changes as well. But to say that, to define what that looks like right now, it's getting ahead of the process. And we need to let Republicans, both Democrats, there are Democrats up there obviously talking to Republicans. They're both having those conversations on what it will look like, a bipartisan agreement. And that's what you need. In order to really deal with this issue, you got to do it in a bipartisan way.
And just to follow up, you've said a couple of times, as you did just now, that we should wait. You don't want to get ahead of the process. I think your answer to the previous question was that we don't know what's in it. Yet the president and the White House have explicitly said it should pass. And so how is it that on the one hand, the president has said, pass this thing and send it to me, but then when asked about it, you say, well, I don't want to get ahead of it, we don't know what's in it. How could you say you want to pass it when you don't know what's in it?
Here's the thing, both things could be true, and I'll explain why. The White House team has been part of the negotiations, right? And the president has been getting regular updates, right?
So there it is again.
Obviously, no. What I'm saying is negotiations are still happening.
What you're saying.
They're literally still happening. They're still discussing this. If I tell you this is happening today, who knows what could happen the next day? And also, I don't want to get ahead of the conversations, right? I don't want to get in the middle of negotiations. And that is true. But the White House team has been
I can't take it anymore. Shut her up. Oh, my gosh.
Right?
She's so stupid, right? Right?
And by the way, can we please relocate the U.S. Capitol where you don't hear police sirens wailing in the middle of a press conference at the White House? That's our nation right there, right? Right?
Where would that be, though, where you don't hear police? And in America today, in the year 2024, when the Democrats have destroyed every city in this country, where would that be?
Scottsbluff,
Nebraska.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. 2. Montana. I don't know. Somewhere.
Right?
Maybe there's someplace, right?
Pat Gray, Unleashed.
I'm going to get in real trouble.
Pat Gray is here on the Blaze Radio Network.
With some tweets for you. John Price tweets, I'm curious what model of Ferrari that was sitting in old Nancy's garage. Did you notice what model? Nah, I didn't either. Giblets tweets, I don't believe that the idiots protesting for ceasefire actually want a ceasefire.
You got it.
Jimmy Dimples? Jimmy Dimples?
Jimmy Dimples.
Okay.
We've heard from Jimmy Dimples before.
Right, but it's a little messed up at the end. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
How many women and kids did you see pile out of those 2 clown car SUVs?
Yeah.
I don't think I saw a single one. Oh, they were almost all families. What do you mean? They're all women and children. All. I don't know what you were looking at.
Mm-hmm. You need to get your eyes checked.
Unrepentant thought criminal. Listening to KJP, I wonder when she'll say some U.S. Americans don't have maps.
Any day now.
Yeah, I'm surprised it hasn't happened yet. Joe Biden's presumed opponent in this particular election year is, of course, former President Donald Trump. Nikki Haley's still running against him, though, for the GOP nomination. And apparently she's the only person on this planet who's just fine with the jury's decision in the Jean Carroll case.
Oh, my gosh.
The $83.3 million settlement she was awarded for defamation, in addition to the $5 million in the civil trial for rape, which I can't imagine happened. There was no evidence. Zero evidence. What you had was her word. She said it happened 30 years ago. And they're like, okay, yeah. All right, give her $5 million. My gosh. So $88 million is what he owes her. $88.3 million. Then he's got this other trial in New York going on right now with $370 million on the line. Wow. But here's what Nikki Haley had to say about the Jean Carroll case.
She's good.
Governor, on the subject of your opponent, we should point out it's just 4 weeks now until that all-important South Carolina primary. You're taking some new fire from Donald Trump's campaign and supporters for what you said about the Jean Carroll case on Meet the Press yesterday. Of course, the president was found liable in that case. A jury awarded her $83.3 million. Here's what you said when you were asked about it.
I absolutely trust the jury, and I think that they made their decision based on the evidence.
So the New York Times wrote an article around that in which it said, in part, quote, 4 weeks before what could be the decisive Republican primary in South Carolina, Ms. Haley is trying to navigate an extremely narrow and treacherous path, finding a way to diminish Mr. Trump's hold on her party's electorate without decisively turning conservative voters against her the way they have destroyed other Trump critics. How do you navigate that path, Governor?
It cracks me up that people trying to overanalyze. I just tell the truth as I see it. I think there have been politics played with prosecutors that have brought on some of these cases. I think there's been politics played even with the judges. But I do think American juries still get it right. They listen to the evidence. They make the decision based on the evidence.
How do you say that in
and
this
I
case?
do still trust any American that sits on a jury.
Wow.
I trust that they're making the right decision.
Wow. That's crazy.
Man, she sucks.
Oh, my gosh. She's terrible. Now, for her part, Jean Carroll discussed how she's going to spend the money that's coming her way.
I haven't seen this. Clip 21, Chris?
$88.3 million she's got coming to her.
Just wait and hear her response.
All right.
It's fascinating.
Oh, no.
You've talked about using some of Trump's money that you're about to get to help shore up women's rights. Do you know what that might be, what that might look like?
Yes, Rachel.
Oh, no.
Yes.
Tell me.
I had such great ideas for all the good I'm going to do with this money. First thing, Rachel, you and I are going to go shopping. We're going to get completely new wardrobes, new shoes, motorcycle for Crowley, new fishing rod for Robbie. Rachel, what do you want? Penthouse? It's yours, Rachel. Penthouse and France? You want France? You want to go fishing in France? No? Oh. All right. Okay.
That's a joke. Although if me fishing in France could do something for women's rights, I would take the hit. You know, I would obviously take one.
That's ironic
for the
that
team.
a dude is saying
that. as if you need persuasion in that regard.
Wow.
I love the lawyer.
Yeah,
it's a
that's
joke.
a joke.
It's a joke.
I don't know. I
It's
got
a
tape
joke.
of her saying that she's going to buy me a penthouse. Twice she promised Rachel
In France.
No, it was just fishing in France.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and she wasn't specific on.
Oh, so it wasn't a penthouse in France? Because that's the impression I had, too.
I thought the impression,
Huh.
That's a joke. That's a joke.
It's a joke.
Okay. All right. So she has no intention at all to spend that on women's rights. First of all, she's not getting the money. There's no way Trump winds up paying her $88.3 million. There's no way.
I like the mistrial angle with the connection between the judge and the attorney.
Yeah, I like that too.
I mean, there's got to be justice in this case. And justice will find that he doesn't owe her a cent. Get out of here.
Yeah, but you live in America too, right?
Yeah, that's, I mean, I don't know. But
I don't know that
it's hard to believe, isn't it?
Lives here anymore.
I know. Then we have this former IRS contractor who leaked the tax records of Donald Trump to the New York Times and the tax records of billionaires like Jeff Bezos and Elon Musk to ProPublica. and was sentenced on Monday to 5 years in prison. Charles Littlejohn pleaded guilty in October, and prosecutors sought the statutory maximum of 5 years in federal prison, saying that he abused his position by unlawfully disclosing thousands of Americans' federal tax returns and other private financial information to multiple news organizations.
Oh, good.
Prosecutors said that Littlejohn weaponized his access to unmask taxpayer data to further his own personal political agenda, believing that he was above the law. He was sentenced to U.S. District Judge Anna C. Reyes at a hearing at the federal courthouse in Washington. He'll also have to pay a $5,000 fine.
Oh, that'll teach him.
$5,000. You can be an outstanding person and commit bad acts, Reyes said. What you did in targeting the sitting president of the United States was an attack on our constitutional democracy. Littlejohn's attorney argued that he had committed the offense out of a deep moral belief that the American people had a right to know the information and sharing it was the only way to effect change, and that he believed he was right at the time. So, well, if you believe you're right, then you're fine. Don't worry about it.
I wonder what the maximum sentence for that could have been.
It said they went for the maximum of 5 years.
Oh, that was the... What?
Yeah. That's what they said. But then I read he got some kind of sweetheart deal. I don't know if it's the maximum sentence you can possibly give the guy. Doesn't seem like a sweetheart deal.
No, because I was looking this up because this judge is a Biden judge. Oh, gosh. Now we're going to start saying that with stories. Gross. So she's a Biden judge, but imposed the maximum sentence.
Wow.
Good grief.
How about that? And in federal prison, you have to spend, I think it's three-fourths of the sentence, right before you're eligible for parole. It's either 2/3 or 3/4. And so you got to spend most of it. So she'll be there, or he'll be there for 4 out of the 5. So that's good. Take that.
Yeah. So that.
Yeah.
Boy, Lady Justice and stuff coming through. So you're right. We got
kind
justice.
of amazing, though.
Yeah.
That one's sort of out of the blue.
I guess. Yeah. I think that penalty should be a lot higher.
Yeah.
I mean, that's not even like the maximum sentence isn't even the time, that you're eligible for an audit, for example.
Right.
Like that's 7 years, right?
Yes.
Okay, good.
Yes.
Okay, just checking.
That's why you're supposed to keep your records from the IRS for 7 years. Maybe you've noticed that the economy isn't recovering. And Treasury Secretary Janet Yellen discussed how prices aren't ever going down.
What is this quote? This is hysterical.
How do you convince Americans and voters that those prices might not go back to where they were before the pandemic?
Well, I think most Americans know that prices are not likely to fall. It's not the Fed's objective to try to push the level of prices back to where they were.
We don't even care. They've stopped trying.
Yeah.
They're like, it's not.
Yeah, I think most Americans know. The prices are going to continue to be high.
So
no, I was kind of hoping they'd come back down.
Can we just do this? Can we agree on we stop them from increasing? Okay? So you can't promise to get them back to pre-pandemic levels. Can they just stop going up? Can we just...
Wouldn't that be nice? Something, yeah. I mean...
But I love that. She's like, the Fed, we're not... No, it sucks, and it's not going to get any better. That's your next question. I mean, that was awesome. I mean, that's
at least it's honest.
A moment of honesty from a Biden administration official.
It's at least honest. They're not coming back down. In fact, they're going to continue to go up.
Here's the thing. We don't know what we're doing. We just know that we are tasked with destroying the American economy.
And we've done a really good job of that so far.
So why would we be trying to come up with ways to lower prices? It's ridiculous.
And speaking of the prices, they're going to continue to go up if things like this keep happening. There is a massive chicken plant explosion in Texas yesterday. Again,
look at that. Dude.
How many chicken plants, food processing plants, have to blow up, catch on fire, whatever?
We find out.
Why does this keep happening?
Yeah.
Do you know this has happened hundreds of times in the United States. What's going on? Is chicken super combustible or something? Why does this keep happening?
I'm afraid that
you know that
chicken coop is going to freaking explode
I
now.
know.
Chris Cruz is the chicken expert. And this is the Feather Crest Farms in Bryan, Texas, down near Texas A&M way.
How many of your chickens have blown up in their coop?
Blown up?
I know one
so
has,
far,
right?
So far. One has blown up?
Blown up, yeah. Her egg got stuck, so she was like,
oh, no.
Yeah.
Really?
That's a bad story, man.
That killer?
I had to kill her, yeah.
Yeah, oh, jeez. Oh, no.
I still don't understand.
Are we saying
Still
that,
don't understand that
there is a plan to destroy our food supply?
I think
because I think so too.
Yeah, I think there is
between
a plan.
the cattle being just
I don't know if this is terrorism. There's something's going on with food plants.
Yeah, I think so too.
If food is involved, it's on fire or it's already blown up.
Yes.
I mean, it is staggering how many times. I mean, we were talking about this, I don't know, 6 months ago, and it was 152 or something.
We had a whole list of everything that has happened.
It's got to be pushing 200 now.
Yeah, I still don't see a reason given for the fire at this point.
The heck? But what is going on?
Can we revisit something real quick with Chris Cruz and his chicken that got the egg stuck and he had to like chisel it out or something? I mean, that... I
didn't chisel it. I just decapitated the chicken.
Wait, but that's what I'm asking. Like, if the egg is halfway out, right? And this is an honest question. I'm not trying to be smart or anything here. Can you not just tap on the egg and then it just breaks and then, hey...
she was too weak and she could barely walk.
If you would have caught it sooner...
Right.
It's a 50-50.
Yeah?
But yeah. It's easier to just...
We feel bad for the chicken. Can you
I feel
tell?
bad.
So then did you eat the chicken? Did you eat her after?
Oh, no.
No?
Laying hands chickens don't taste good.
Oh, no. What are the...
Oh, really?
Do they taste like...
What?
Do they taste like chicken?
It's not good meat.
Yeah. What's the good meat chicken?
The boy.
Oh,
that you get at
the
front.
rooster?
Yeah.
Rooster chicken is what we eat?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know that.
I didn't know that either.
Wow. So wait a minute. When we're eating chicken breast, it's the breast of a dude chicken? That's different.
Or a young female that hasn't laid any eggs.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so did you do a proper burial? Did you have like a ceremony?
Oh,
there
I
in the
did. I
yard?
gave it to the dogs. Yeah.
Wait, what do you mean you gave it to the dogs?
You let the dogs eat the chicken?
I chopped it up and give it to the dogs.
Oh, that's really horrible.
Did she have a name? Because I know some of your chickens have
that
names.
one. No, not that one. No.
I regret that we've even gone down this road now.
You are an
That is
animal.
ugly. Yeah, wow.
Kim
that's
Jong
horrible.
Chris. Wow, bro.
Oh, man. All right. Last year, because of you, Preborn's network of clinics saw over 58,000 babies saved. So thank you for everybody who made that possible. When Antoinette found out she was pregnant, she was in a really bad place. She didn't know how she could raise her child on her own. She searched for an abortion clinic, and God led her to a preborn clinic where she met her baby on an ultrasound. When she saw her baby and heard the heartbeat, she broke down crying, and the nurse reminded her the babies are blessings from God. That's when she chose life. Her daughter's name is Treasure because she's a gift from God. Really cool. And this happens about 200 times per day at preborn clinics. So it's not unusual for this to happen. It doubles the chances once they see the ultrasound and hear the heartbeat. It easily doubles the chances that the baby is going to be carried to term and born. $28 a month can be the difference between the life and death of a child. When a mother meets her baby on the ultrasound and hears their heartbeat, again, it doubles the chances. So let's join together and help mothers choose life. Just dial pound 250, say the keyword baby. That's pound 250, keyword baby. Or visit preborn.com/Pat. That's preborn.com/Pat.
This is Pat Gray Unleashed.
Got some tweets here. Skip Logic tweets, I was today years old when I learned that 2 F-bombs are permissible in a PG-13 rated program.
Yeah, me too.
Right?
Right?
You were today years old? Really? Huh. I thought that was common knowledge. I guess not. Yeah, you can drop 2 F-bombs. Depending on the context. You can't use them in a sexual context.
Guardians of the Galaxy 3, that was how they were able to use that 1 F-bomb.
Yeah, they usually just do 1 for safety purposes. If it's 2 or more, area. 2 might be the limit because you might have to go to an R then. I'm not sure. But have you not noticed that in PG-13 movies, a lot of times, there's an F-bomb or 2 in there? Muck Boots and Coffee tweets, I thought the sirens in the background were fitting since the country's on fire and all.
Oh, gosh.
Yeah. I mean, we're in so much trouble. And we're all talking about it. We're all saying it. We all know it. But what are we going to do about it? What can we do about it? That's what we have to figure out. We were just playing a Steve Dace promo, and he's lamenting. What are we going to watch? Demons plan their inauguration around Christmas this year? I hope not, because we're done at that point.
Oh yeah.
If we're watching the Democrat Party plan an inauguration for 2025, January 20th, we're done. I don't think we can take anymore. I really don't. I didn't think we could take Barack Obama. I was wrong about that, fortunately. Yeah. And then we had 4 years to recover with Trump. But these last 3 years,
we could
have beaten us to a pulp.
Yeah, we could absorb the body blows of 8 years of Obama.
Because it's a strong country, and it was set up with a strong foundation. But that foundation is being
but when you
chipped away.
When you give someone like Barack Obama a 3rd and possibly a 4th term, then you're
then you're asking for trouble. Arns Nedden tweets, "Can we bring back insane asylums?"
That's a good thought.
Dalton Bell, Jean Carroll, and Nancy Pelosi have the same vodka-soaked speech. Lil Bird 10, nothing screams helping women's rights more than a complete shopping spree for yourself and a friend. Isn't that the truth? Joe's gibberish translator app.
Oh, I need one of those.
The left keeps pushing the word democracy because they're creating the mob that will rule. Burger King's lost Wi-Fi. Okay. So the Fed is completely content with the prices that the inflation years put things at. The only goal now is to level it out and not let it double every year again for a while. Got it. Thanks.
Good plan.
For nothing. Nuclear barf, Janet Yellen. It's not our job to do our job.
That's about right. Oh, my goodness. Yeah, so this next clip we've got from Ilhan Omar's district. So as you're watching this clip, just think to yourself, what kind of part of the country would elect someone like Ilhan Omar to be their representative? It would
somebody who's a Somali first woman.
That's right. Well, they would be the ones who have a thing called Powderhorn Art Sled Rally, which takes place always the last Saturday of January. So this past weekend they had this, and one of the so creative art sleds was a sled depicting the 3rd Precinct on fire, a police station in Minneapolis that was torched during the George Floyd riots. Oh, look, good fun. Look, here comes the police station on fire. Yeah.
Yeah, it's fun. That's good, clean fun right there.
Oh, my word.
And that's her district, huh? That's her area?
Yes, it is.
And the clapping. Are we serious?
Yeah, they love it.
The kids? Yeah, hey, kids, let's clap. Look,
do we not understand messaging?
Oh, my. Yay. Woo, so fun. It's on fire. The police have responded.
My gosh.
They are not thrilled with that development.
Yeah, I bet they're not.
I bet.
I bet they're not.
How about you don't call us next time you're being mugged?
Right. Yeah. How about that? Wow. I thought we got over that whole defund the police and the police are bad people and all of that nonsense because crime went up in the areas where they were trying to defund the police, and they didn't like that.
Funny how that worked.
Didn't like that. No, it is, isn't it?
Who could have seen that coming?
Hysterical how that works. Jeez. And then we've got the person from that district absolutely proclaiming her love and allegiance to Somalia. And it's going to be fascinating to see if anything is done about that. in the U.S. Congress. It won't be. It won't be. She'll be in office, and she'll be reelected.
What do you want to bet? You won't even get a toothless censure.
No, you won't.
Out of
you
this
probably
thing.
won't.
I mean, her being a representative, maybe Mike Johnson does something, but I'm not holding my breath.
No, I mean, it should be the talk of everyone in Congress right now. Where's our D.C. Freedom Caucus? Where are they?
Yeah,
I want them calling for her expulsion from Congress, for her impeachment. Articles should have already been drawn up, and it should be presented today.
And if they don't do something, I don't want to hear I don't want them being shocked that people don't support the Republican Party.
Yeah,
because if ever
Right.
there is something so clear and obvious and you do nothing, this is why we get so upset with you. And this is an amazing story that broke yesterday. The Republican National Committee is looking at opening a credit line to help pay the bills and compensate for dismal recent fundraising levels. That is hysterical.
Yeah, because nobody wants to support you.
Right.
You're not doing the bidding of the people who are electing you. Why would we fund your campaigns? Why?
A case could be
We
made
wouldn't.
that Somalians living half a world away have more of a voice in U.S. Congress than conservative Republicans.
Absolutely they do. Absolutely. You've got a person who told them she's totally committed to their goals, their aspirations, and everything about the country they all came from. We're going to protect the country you came from without even mentioning this country. She didn't even mention it. It's incredible. I mean, it's incredible. Nobody talks about protecting our district like that and our interests like that.
Be racist because you're white.
All right. That's right. Jeez. Is Chip Roy still coming on Thursday?
I just texted him, see if he can join us just now. So,
well, we'll see. We'll see, because I want to ask him about this. Why aren't articles of impeachment being drawn up against this woman? It's unreal. More Pat Gray Unleashed coming up.
This is Pat Gray Unleashed.
Here's a fun thought. Taylor Swift could heavily influence the way Americans vote in the presidential election, with one-fifth of voters saying
no,
they're likely to back a candidate
No.
she endorses.
No, I quit.
You gotta be kidding me.
No.
1/5. Here's the thing. If voters are so stupid that they would vote for someone based on Taylor Swift telling them to vote for that person, then we're too stupid to be a nation anymore.
We don't deserve a country.
We deserve everything we get. Are you kidding me? You would listen to the endorsement of Taylor Swift because she tells you to vote for Joe Biden? Oh, man. Okay.
I don't like things.
They don't seem, they're suboptimal right now, I would say. Suboptimal. We're trying for optimal. We're not getting there. So.
What?
Things are even worse in England, if you can imagine. Muslim immigrants can pray in every corner of the UK right now.
Yeah, even in churches. Remember, we have the... where was that? That was France, though. But still, the point is, you can absolutely... In fact, we actually had in front of Parliament Muslims praying and doing the carpet thing.
Right.
Yeah.
But... You like the carpet thing?
I'm sorry, what was that? The what?
Doing the carpet thing?
They did the kneel down on the rug thing.
I love it, the carpet thing.
In front of Parliament. We had that video about a month ago.
Can we call that now from now on the carpet thing?
I'm not trying to be disrespectful. I'm just saying
it's just funny.
That's what they do.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, you don't want to get your knees dirty.
Or whatever. Yeah.
Or feet. It's mainly their feet.
Oh, is it really?
Yeah.
Then wait. Oh, okay.
Meanwhile, though, British Christians apparently can't even sing religious songs outside of churches.
Yeah, if you're dare to be on a sidewalk, even if it's in front of a church.
Check this out.
Religion you're allowed to do anyway.
Move along.
No, miss, you're not allowed to sing church songs outside of church grounds, by the way.
You're not allowed to sing church songs outside
of church or church songs or church
you're not allowed
grounds. That's fine. That's
you're not
fine.
allowed. She just said you're not allowed to sing church songs outside of church.
Our church outside of church grounds, unless you have unless you've been authorized by the church to do this kind of song.
Not saying anything anymore. Are you saying that you don't care about the Human Rights Act? You're lost?
Ugh. Well, okay. Well, first of all, what was the scream at the end?
A scary tongue.
Was she punched? What happened there? But yeah,
is that a real thing?
If you're listening,
is that an actual London or England law? Jeez.
Yeah, and what? But that was just that shows you how she feels about Christians. She just stuck her tongue out at her.
Yeah,
the cop did as she walked away.
Are you saying that you don't care about the Human Rights Act? You're lost?
Ugh. And then she smiles and stuff. Look, she had the grin going.
That's great.
Evil. Okay, now I got to know what that was.
I think she's
Is
horrified.
she that upset about it?
Yeah, she's horrified.
Okay.
Meanwhile, in East London, it apparently appears to be a Muslim country.
Oh, good. Well, I mean, it's all but official in Britain anyway. Yeah, I haven't seen this. What do we got here?
This is your market.
Oh, this is like
just
the outdoor
outside, just like you would find in a third world country.
Oh, so you're saying this is basically the Middle East comes to
Yes.
London. Okay. Huh. All right. But there's a fried chicken stand there. I wonder how kind of business they get.
I think Muslims can eat fried chicken, right?
Yeah.
That's not a thing.
Okay.
But I don't know. There's some people who are not covered, so I don't know if it's completely gone to Islam yet.
What is that? East London. What is that?
Is that a mosque right across the street?
Yes.
Oh yeah. Look at there.
See?
All
Yeah.
right.
Okay.
So London is.
You ever seen the movie Notting Hill, where they walk through the London area of town called Notting Hill, and it's all British stuff and people selling their wares in the middle of the street. It reminds me of things have changed a little bit.
Okay, so
in London now.
So it was a similar setup, but different.
Yeah, it just looks a little bit different from the Notting Hill scene.
So what are some of the things you could have bought back in the old Notting Hill days 20 years ago?
Like Beavis and Butthead, stained glass.
Hold on a second. This is Notting Hill area of London.
Mm-hmm.
I got to write this down. Maybe you don't think they're still
Apparently there were
Beavis
really nice works of art, and then there were things like Beavis and Butthead stained glass.
Okay, so basically this is how a society...
Very Western-looking stuff.
I see. So this is how society falls. You go from really nice art to Beavis and Butthead art to whatever third world offerings they have now.
Yes. That seems to be...
Wow.
Do
they take promo codes at that East London market? Like you have a coupon code you could use at one of those stands?
Yeah, Mohammed.
Yeah. Or Allahu Akbar.
Yeah.
We didn't need to keep going.
Yeah, that's not a problem. What?
Cool. All right.
So Europe is obviously healthy right now. And there's more evidence of the healthiness of that culture and that area. The EU has called for gendered language such as no man's land and Joe Public to be axed from our vernacular. 61-page document advises policymakers, legislators, and the media to revise the order of common phrases such as king and queen to or brother and sister, in which the male comes first, and then you just reorder that, like queen and king.
Oh, that
sister
fixes
and
everything.
Brother. Yeah.
So if there's a problem in society, not anymore there isn't.
It suggests that you try to swap the order of these phrases sometimes.
Okay, that's good.
Bureaucrats say Joe Public should be replaced with average citizen, and no man's land should be substituted with unclaimed territory. Tory MP Nick Fletcher has called the guidelines nonsense and argued that the EU had far more serious issues that it should be concerned about. No kidding.
I swear.
Oh, my gosh.
If they could spend half the energy on things that matter.
Yeah.
We could really accomplish some things.
And this is a Tory.
Yeah. Okay, so what are some phrases that maybe we should dump from the EU vernacular?
Well, you already had Joe Public.
Joe Public.
No man's land. king and queen. Virile should be replaced with strong, energetic.
Strong and energetic?
What's wrong with virile?
Yeah, I don't like adding syllables. Like that feels like you're regressing as a society when you add syllables to things.
Instead of saying shrill, use high-pitched or grating voice. Weird. Is shrill associated with a gender? Because
Yeah, I'm going to say yeah.
Yeah?
But it doesn't bother me.
Bossy or pushy should be replaced with assertive. Best man for the job, obviously best candidate for the job.
Why can't bossy work?
Master of ceremonies, host. You don't want master being said in any context whatsoever.
That's stunning that they even printed that word.
Repairman, repairer, or technician. It adds that terms such as shrill and pushy have strong connotations that are strongly associated with only women.
Nah, not pushy.
And should be replaced with high-pitched and assertive, respectively. Virile, considered strongly associated only with men. That should be substituted, as we mentioned, with strong or energetic. The famous Star Trek line, to boldly go where no man has gone before. They already replaced that a long time ago. They replaced that in Star Trek Next Generation with boldly go where no one has gone before. And then all the movies after that replaced it with that.
Thank goodness. That fixed everything.
Yeah, you're not going to have gendered language and they're one of the originators of all of this stuff. Gene Roddenberry was a big-time progressive socialist, one-world government kind of person. So, I mean, he was doing non-gendered people. Did you ever watch? You didn't watch Star Trek, did you? Next Generation?
No, on the old one.
There was an old episode where Riker, who's, the number one guy to the captain, okay, he's the first officer on the Star Trek Enterprise, and he falls for this non-gendered person. She's a non-binary. This was a non-binary being from some other planet.
We got some.
I mean, this is long before we were doing the non-binary here.
Intergalactic business, as Jeffy would say.
Yep.
Huh. Interesting. Oh, good. Well,
so they
fixed everything.
Yeah, they fixed everything. Okay. Long time ago.
Just a quick follow-up on the old Taylor Swift, possibly getting people to vote for Joe Biden. This meme just came across my Twitter feed. Makes millions singing about her bad choices in men. Endorses Joe Biden. There she is.
That is perfect.
Taylor Swift.
What a perfect counter to whoever she endorses. Oh my gosh, that's great.
Yep.
That's fantastic. I think before she came out as
that's breaking news.
Big-time Democrat.
Woo, I thought maybe Travis Kelce needed a memo.
In what was that, 2015 or something? I actually thought she was probably somewhat conservative. Man, did she prove me wrong.
Right.
Holy cow. When she came out as a liberal, she came out with a vengeance.
How does she like paying taxes?
I think she probably loves it.
Yeah.
Right? Because that's her duty.
I wonder, do you think she's in a decently high tax bracket? This Taylor Swift person you're talking about?
Well, since she made over $1 billion on this most recent tour, and it's not even over yet, I would say, yeah, she's in a fairly high tax bracket.
So she's got some skin in the game.
Yeah, I would think so.
Okay.
But, I mean, if she's a true liberal, she loves paying taxes because that's how she does her duty to the little people, right? She's under no obligation to do any charity on her own. She just has the government do it all because they do it so much better than she could. And her fans will argue, well, she does do charity. Okay.
It's not okay, never mind. I don't know what charity she gives to. So I'll just.
I don't either, but she gives presents to her fans, that kind of stuff, She's a very good marketer. Man, can she market. She markets like maybe nobody else on the planet. She's great. Swiss banker Hubert Keller says coffee is what is causing climate change.
Oh, well.
We'll be having our coffee before the session, and you raised the coffee example. I'd love just to give you the chance to expand on that.
Basically, the coffee that we all drink emits between 15 and 20 tons of CO2 per ton of coffee. So we should all know that this is, every time we drink coffee, we are basically putting CO2 into the atmosphere. One of the reasons is because most of the coffee plantation, or most of the coffee is produced through monoculture. And monoculture is also affected by climate change. The quality of these nature assets is deteriorating quite rapidly.
Oh my God. Makes me want to have more coffee.
It makes me want to start drinking coffee.
I only had 1 cup today. Shame on me for not doing more. What was it he said? What did he say? Monoculture? Monoculture. That's okay. Let's see here. Monoculture. Let's see. What is that gobbledygook? Oh, the cultivation of a single crop in a given area.
Oh.
Oh, well, go with what works. If you're good at growing coffee, these people want to micromanage
everything.
Every last thing.
Everything. Do you want to stop Colombia from their, I don't know, number 2 export after cocaine, probably? Is that what you want to do?
They do. Anything that could possibly be helping
a third world nation, shut it down.
Yep.
Shut it down.
Because remember, the goal of the left isn't to bring the rest of the world up.
No, it's to bring us down to their level.
And then bring these other countries down even further.
I wonder how Juan Valdez feels about this. I'll bet he's pissed about the whole coffee causes climate change thing. We should talk to Juan.
Should we?
Chris, see if you can
if
you can line up Juan Valdez for an interview, would you?
In fact, don't even come in tomorrow if you don't have that lined up for us. Good luck finding Juan.
It should be easy. He's everywhere. At least he used to be. Long time ago.
Yeah.
But climate change. Climate change is causing this global warming, which has heated up the planet. We can't even live on it. It's uninhabitable now. That's how hot this planet is.
And remember the CBS News report we had last week. It's gotten so hot.
It became cold.
How hot is it?
It's so hot, it's now cold.
That's what they said.
They did.
And so that probably explains things like this video out of Russia, which I think is just absolutely awesome.
Check this out.
This guy's car.
Trapped in ice. Oh, my gosh. It's just a solid block of ice.
Does it remind you of growing up in Montana?
It does, yeah, actually. Yeah.
Oh, my goodness. So
except because climate change wasn't as bad then. I don't think I ever had this situation. Look at that. Wow. It's encased in ice.
You know what? I hope you're enjoying your cup of coffee right now. American.
This Russian is pissed at you for doing it, though, because look at what it's done to his car.
Oh, God.
Wow.
That is intense.
I don't know that I've ever seen that before. You see your car, it's got snow and ice on it, but not. Sure. I mean, that is like, it was specifically.
He has a little mallet, a rubber mallet, trying to break this ice. Gosh.
I bet he regrets not getting that Tesla, because Tesla will warm up the car.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Hey,
well, that's proof that there is no global warming right there.
Or no, it proves, we've gone over this. It proves there was so much global warming that it dislodged the cold air. This is CBS's report.
And that's because everything proves their point.
Yes.
There is nothing we can point to that proves our point.
We have
all roads lead to global warming.
But not Pat's house.
But not my house.
So I got a couple more videos here. Can I just play this Seth MacFarlane video talking with Bill Maher, because Seth MacFarlane was on recently and he talked about how he did a little video call with Joe Biden. And while his impression is interesting, that he takes away from his conversation, brief talk with Joe Biden, listen to what Bill Maher says in the background. That's what I want to focus on. Watch this clip 12.
Okay.
When you donate to the Democratic Party, which I have, you get to do certain things. And
Pause it for a second. Wait, what a revelation! Right? Seth MacFarlane has donated to the Democrat Party?
I know. I figured you'd be shocked by that.
Jeez, I can't stand these people. All right, let's hear the rest of what he has to say.
When you donate to the Democratic Party, which I have, you get to do certain things, and I got to.
I didn't even get a thank you. I gave him $1 million twice. I didn't get a.
I got on a Zoom.
Can I just say thank you? Thank you very much.
Yes.
Thank you. Listen to the Seth.
I got on a Zoom with Biden for like 10 minutes. So you can talk to Biden for 10 minutes alone. Like, okay, great, wow.
That was AI Biden. That was not Biden.
Yeah. Trust me, it wasn't AI Biden. Right. But what I took away from that was that, oh, this guy is not the world's greatest public speaker.
What? That's a revelation to them. Like, wow, he sucks. I didn't even...
Got to be kidding me.
That was shocking to you?
That's what you took away from it?
Do you watch anything?
Yeah, have you ever seen a news report on this guy?
So I just
have you ever watched a Biden speech? Ever?
Okay,
but the attitude now of Bill Maher is astounding.
Okay,
he has turned on the Democrats.
Did you catch what he said there? I gave $1 million twice.
Yeah.
Well, I swear, if I hear you say you gave a third time,
I know.
After what you've been saying,
I hope you learned your lesson.
Yeah,
Bill.
We need to know how you feel about those donations, bro.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness. Okay, we have one more video that I have not seen. Chris, what is clip 25? Black leftists talking about white joy. Do you know?
So this is this black queer person against white queer people.
What? They're battling their own LGBTQIA2 community now?
Yep.
So they're racist.
Wow.
Get ready.
Okay.
Oh, boy.
I'm seeing a lot of queer white people posting like posting themselves being really happy and doing some random and being like, yeah, our joy is resistance. And like, in my opinion, white people's joy is not resistance. Like, queer or not, your joy is not resistance. Matter of fact, your joy is what got us here in the first place. Like, your joy is why we're having to resist. And like, y'all putting yourselves and finding yourselves and like your own joy in front of everybody else is what got us here.
I don't
like,
get it.
literally, I'm seeing so many white people right now going on like organizer retreats.
My God.
And posting about their joy and how awesome it was. Honestly, I want to see more of y'all like sitting your ass at home and giving your money to black and brown people so they can do that.
There, we got there. We got there.
Now you get it?
Yeah, we got there.
Gosh, there is no pleasing
at all
these people. Hate.
And if you're not miserable like
filled
they
to
are,
the brim with hate.
Yeah. Think about that.
If you're white, they don't care.
If you're lesbian,
part of their community, if you're queer, if you're not queer, they hate your guts.
And
you can't do anything right for them.
Yeah, don't be happy.
You can't be happy. You can't leave your home. You can't spend money. You can't do anything that is going to please them. So stop trying. Stop it.
Yeah.
Just live your life. My gosh, these people are filled with hatred.
Okay, so
but it's us. But we're the but Whitey, we're the hateful ones. Oh, okay. Wow.
You know what? Let's have a little conversation with the what do you call? How would she identify? Do we have any idea?
Black queer.
Black queer. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, to the black queer lady there.
No, easy there. There's no lady there. Just black queer.
Oh yeah, because we don't know.
We don't know how
that
she identifies.
How it identifies.
Oh, sorry.
We don't know how it. I guess it should be they. We don't know how they identify.
I can fix this. To the individual who just made the video, I don't appreciate your cultural appropriation with the blonde hair.
Oh, thank you.
And
yeah, can we get a still shot of it?
Okay, yeah.
Because
yeah, we don't care for
What's
that.
the blonde hair thing all about?
Why don't you? That's not natural.
That's a good point, Keith.
Okay,
I like that a lot.
So you can back off,
I
and
like
then
that.
the same message goes to Joy Reid, who has the same cultural appropriation with her hairstyle.
No kidding.
Okay, so stop taking white women's hair and appropriate it for your own use.
Here's the thing.
Okay,
you can't appropriate white culture because there is none.
Yes.
There's no such thing as white culture.
I stand corrected.
I was going to correct you guys.
We don't have any.
Thank you.
So, yeah.
So,
okay.
Yeah. I need a bumper sticker that says, kill the earth, have a coffee. Starbucks.
That's a good one.
Oh, this is where worlds collide, right?
Yeah.
Let's go. Starbucks, what are you going to say about this?
Oh, I do like that.
I love this.
Yeah. You talk about liberals eating their own.
Let's make this a thing.
Jeez.
Don't hate on the earth. The planet needs you to not drink coffee.
Hey, one thing I wanted to bring up, too, before we end up today is that apparently they may have found... I mean, how many times have we heard this?
Right.
We might have found Amelia Earhart. We found her plane. We found her lover. We found her bones. We found...
her lover?
Hold on. I don't think we've covered that story.
No, we have not. Can you please tell us?
No, really?
Found her lover?
Yeah, her
lover?
navigator or whatever that went with her?
Oh, they just flew to a deserted island to spend life together.
Oh, I've heard that theory, but I have not heard the whole lovers.
Yeah, come on. Get with the program.
So we have imaging, right? Some satellite imaging or something?
I guess so. Yeah, South Carolina-based Ocean Exploration Company says it may have found the airplane that Amelia Earhart flew on her 1937 expedition.
That's a plane?
That doesn't... I don't know, I guess.
It turned out it was just a big pile of kelp. Sorry, y'all.
Yeah.
So that's at the ocean
Is that
floor.
in the ocean?
Yeah, that's underneath.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
So when are they going to raise it and see if it's hers?
Today, like in an hour.
Oh, okay.
They're just going to go out there and take care of it.
Today in an hour?
Wow, that's pretty specific.
Fast.
Yeah.
Good, okay.
Yeah. I don't know how big of an undertaking this is going to be, but yeah.
Tony Romeo, Deep Sea Vision CEO, who's a former U.S. Air Force intelligence officer, believes the airplane-shaped object that his company captured on sonar is Earhart's Lockheed 10E Electra.
That's wild, man.
That would be cool. But again, they've supposedly found her stuff, her wreckage, 1 million times.
Mm-hmm.
She was trying to become the first woman, of course, to successfully complete a circumnavigational flight of the globe when she disappeared.
Should we say that that flight's gonna be delayed? Too soon?
Too soon. Yeah, way too soon.
Sorry.
Yeah, it's only been almost 100 years.
Yeah.
You got to wait 1,000 before
she failed.
Amelia Earhart jokes.
Failure.
All right. We'll see you again tomorrow right here on Pat Gray Unleashed.
This is Pat Gray Unleashed.
Let's go, Brandon. I agree.